ガラスの迷路ひび割れた公園まだ消えないまま藤た記憶誰かの夢にすり替わる名前さえ今奪われてく聞こえるか胸の奥できしむ鎖の叫び逃げないで選ぶんだ自分だけの芯を一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやく嘘切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけ黒いタイピン運命にコードが刺さる笑うシステム感情を狂う震えた指でログアウト先を探してるでも君の手が確かにここにある忘れるな偽物でも選ぶ痛みはリアル奪えない願いだけが最後のパスワード一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を上書きしてくささやく嘘切り裂きながら覚めないなら夢を燃やせ一つ操られた明日に君の本と響かせてかけ違えたストーリー今塗り替えてゆけデスタート君の声で暗いスクリプトを壊して一つ書き換えられた世界で僕は僕を更新してく挟むく影抱きしめながら傷ついても夢を離すな一つ操られた未来君と一緒に飛び越えて交差してくストーリー今始まりに帰ろう
That's right! Shout out to everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hypnocast. That's right, we are live, boys. We are live, we are live, we are live. We're going to dive down the rabbit hole that is known as the internet. But before we do that, boys, you got to bring it in. Listen, everybody, you got to hug it out. Listen, I was told that this is a low effort, terrible, slop, garbage stream filled with nothing but TTS interruptions. And we're going to do it all over again, boys. That's right, we are. Let's go. Guys, listen, it's a beautiful Wednesday evening. It's a beautiful Wednesday evening, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are here for the slop, if you are here for the trash, if you are here for the low effort nonsense, if you are here for the absolute garbage that is our daily streams, then get in here right now. and listen very closely. If you are watching this trash over on YouTube, like the fucking stream. That's right, boys. Like the stream. Like the stream. Don't make me ask again, even though I'm going to. If you are watching over on Rumble, like the stream. That's right, boys. That's right. And if you are you know, it's your fault. Okay? It's your fault. You realize that the hate comments that I get on my streams after they finish going live and they become it's your fucking fault. Chewy, I get hate comments because of you, you hairy bastard. It's because of you. Ah, man. Guys, and if you are watching anywhere else right now.
Hashtag Kasumi.
ハッピーハンプデーヒプノ&チャット。アナザーデーオブヒプノラビングスカンパス、パイナップルピザ、&チューバカ。ヘーターズゴナヘイト、レッツゴー。
I don't like any of those things. I don't like any of those things. Oh, why do you sound worse today? Why do you sound sick now? It used to be a lot calm. Brother, do you hear how you sound, Chewy? You sound like
Bad,
you're
Chewy.
dying. Oh, no.
Bad. Let Hypno talk. Before Biden and Beauty come through the door. Mwahaha.
The fucking mwahaha gets me every time, and I hate it. I should not still be laughing at that. That should not be funny to me. I'm going to make a rule that I cannot laugh at that. I can't laugh at that. I hate you. If you're watching, you know what? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, boys. It doesn't matter.
You are gay!
Like the stream, man. Like the stream. Guys, can I get a mic check, please? Mic check. Titty check. Balls check. What are we checking? What are we checking today, guys? Oh, man. The world has exploded. It has exploded, man.
Hashtag Kasumi.
Steam has...
I love a lovely
Oh,
kanoichi
shit. All right,
with
hold on.
equipment to match.
Uh-huh.
Forget the scissors.
What?
Send the walking carpet and Zesty to the glue factory.
What?
Forza Horizon 6
What?
stole my soul. Check.
Yes, I was playing that last night, actually. I was playing that last night. Kicking Donis, thank you for it, too. Mr. Melancholy, thank you for the 5. Guys, Steam. Oh, man. Oh, man. Nobody's ready for this conversation, boys. Nobody's ready to have an adult conversation over what's happening with Steam. Nobody's ready, boys. Because emotions are at an all-time high, okay? They're at an all-time high. And Steam has raised the price of their Steam Deck, which all that does is verify and validate my prediction as to what the Steam machine price was going to be. Because everybody kept telling me, oh, yeah, the Steam machine's going to be like $600 or something. Boys, ever since day one, I predicted that motherfucker was going to be $1,000 at the minimum. At the minimum. And considering what they did with the Steam Deck, I think it's safe to say that I have been vindicated for the most part. It might even be worse. It will most likely be worse, actually. Not... Oh, you know what's crazy, Chewy? Chewy, you know what's crazy? Chewy, shut up! Chewy, listen. Chewy, listen. Chewy, shut up! Listen, Chewy. So not only did I get a ton of complaints about you, but apparently I also got a ton of complaints over this sound. Apparently I utilize this sound too much and people don't like it. They were complaining that this sound is very annoying, and that's really unfortunate. So it would really suck if that kept playing throughout the entire stream during very sad moments like we're about to talk about. Oh man, guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about. Today's gonna be a wild day, man. Like the stream, boys. It's gonna be very, 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 very interesting. A very interesting day. Because even though I've said this all the time, even though we are fans of Steam, I'm a fan of Steam, and I'm still gonna be a fan of Steam. At the end of the day, we got to talk about what could potentially be something pretty catastrophic, or at the very least, something pretty controversial that a lot of people feel like they have fucked up on. And I think that we need to have that conversation. So that's what we're going to do today, boys. That's what we're going to do today. Hump day? Yes, it is hump day, Joel Jimenez. Absolutely. What else are we checking? You find it soothing? That's good. That's good. Valve Anime betrayed Hypnotic? No, they didn't, because I already have a Steam Deck. So they didn't betray me. Let it out, Chewy. Let it out, buddy. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I know. Yep. Just let it out. Let it out. I know. They just want to replace you, brother. They want to replace you. And at this point, they're not happy. They're not happy. What else are we checking, boys? Building Gumpla check. Very nice. Just got out of work check. Very nice. Hail and happy 2 days after Monday. We're not going to acknowledge that. Thank you. Chocolate cookies check. Very nice. Don't fucking touch me check. Well, you failed at that. Hail and happy... I'm sorry. Wait, I already read that one. Fuck. OMG, man, this fucking guy check. Betrayed a new customer check. That's what they are doing. Betraying new customers. In a way. Membership train check. We're not even at the membership train yet. Hold on. Steam Deck price increase due to market conditions check. Absolutely. What up, Grifter check? Thank you. Panther says Hypnotic Mind didn't play. Did you say something naughty? Let me see. Get in the corner hairball and watch me give the princess what she deserves. Clapping cheeks. Clapping cheeks. Ooh, yeah. Evil laugh. Gee, I wonder why they censored that. I wonder why they censored that. It didn't even show up in my list of super chats. I can't even replay it. I can't even replay the super chat. That's how censored it was. It's not even in my list. I'm sorry, Panther. That's a little too X-rated. Unfortunately. You're sick of YouTube putting Hypno down and not posting his videos? Brother, it is what it is. That's why I've decided to say, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to do one major topic live stream clip per day on this channel. We're going to do 2 clips of stories on the other channel. And we're just going to do that to keep the channel in the algorithm, to keep doing what it's doing, and focus on the live streams where we have our fun every single day. 7 days a week,
Steam
boys.
Deck's price rose.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
GameCube's going to be $1,000. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
It is great, Soul. Thank you for the
missed
5.
the
I appreciate that.
Ha. I escaped.
No, you didn't. Everybody go hug Marius right now. Thank you for the 2. Everybody take $1 and go hug Marius right now. Tickle him with $1. Make it really ultra gay. That way he feels really uncomfortable. That's what you got to do. Guys, listen, man. We got a lot to check, though. So our ESG scores are at their maximum. We are fully funded, like the stream. Let's go, boys. Let's go. We're going to do the Bigot Army roll call. Let's see who's hanging out in the chat today. Who is here on this beautiful Wednesday, boys? Who is here liking the stream, having a good time, and tickling their toes? Who is here? We got King motherfucking Demon Wing says, whips a cookie at Adair Soto. Are you giving a cookie to Chewbacca? Is that what we're doing here? We got Dylan B. What's going on, Dylan B? We got John D. What's going on, brother? We got Vice Admiral Deku of Mars. We got Silver Austin Luna. What's going on, man? We got Too Cool Curry. We got D-Draconic, Adair Soto. We got Lucky Boy, Gray Soul, PS5 Rikun. We got Bean with Bacon. We got Marius 7042. Miss Bella Games. What's going on, Miss Bella Games? How you doing? We got D-Draconic. We got Joel Jimenez. We got Setsuna Shadow. Got Felstaff, Weedy for Sweeney. We got Marius. We got Monkey Man 04. We got Oliver Adam, Dylan B, Old Man Cad. Got 46 in North. What's going on, man? Blue Octopus is screaming at the top of her lungs. What's going on, Blue? We got Zombie Hunter. We got a Kickin' Danit. We got Oliver Adam. We got Limitless Andre. Matthew saying hello, please. We got let me see. Hash Slinging Slasher. I can't say that name very quickly. We got Magni32. What's going on, Magni? How are you doing? We got Why do you pause? It makes me think you're at this point, I feel like this is an abused animal, or at the very least, we should probably make it one, because I'm going to hurt this animal. He's right, You don't even understand what he's saying. Why do people continue to say that Chewie is right when you don't even understand the words that are coming out of his mouth? We lost 10 viewers because of Chewie. Guys, in case you didn't see my message, by the way, it looks like the TTS company added a few sounds to the TTS. So I enabled all of them. They all should be working. One of them is like Wukong from like Black Myth Wukong or whatever. So they added the Monkey King in the TTS. That's interesting. So, check out whatever new sounds there may be. I think there was like 5 of them. No new sound effects, though. Just voices. All right, who else is in here? We got Thuggish Ruggish Dome. What's going on, man? Mari is 7042. Fractal Mage. What's going on, man? We got, let me scroll down. We got some new names here. We got, did I call out Dragon? I don't know. Dragatella. What's going on, man? Panthro. What's going on, Panthro? Titan Wasp. Azrai 2000. Inferno Hell Knight. What's going on, brother? Captain Killer Guns. Darth Vader. I haven't added that yet. Have not added that yet. Bread and Sandwich says added Monkey King, but no Hank Hill. I didn't add it. They added it. It's one of their offerings. I didn't do it. Sneak Gaming. What's going on, man? We got the fourth wall guy says not me. All right, guys, 4 more people. Then we got to get on with the show, man. We got a lot we got to cover today. We got Zelosi over on Rumble, Dark Exile over on Rumble, Format over on Rumble, Genetic Spore over on Rumble, Sargon over on Rumble, Kurakami over on Rumble, Diet Spam over on Rumble, Light Ferret over on Rumble. We got Michelle Carajo over on Rumble. And last but not least, Fluffy Murder Machine over on Rumble. What's going on? And Romanizer 24 over on Rumble as well, with Base Chicago as well over on Rumble. And Griffin of Might and T-Jab Steve over on Rumble. All right, guys, listen, I called out as many people as I possibly could. Let's sacrifice your fellow Bacon Army member, and let's see who is going to get the final call-out money shot today on a beautiful, glorious Wednesday evening, boys. Who is it going to be? Let's see. We got the voice in the water says no. Una reverse, dimension shields active, booty hole protected by emojis. If the person down by 4 does not defend, they admit that they cried at how stunning and brave Ellie was by sparing Abby's life at the end of The Last of Us 2. That's terrible. Why would you wish that on someone? It goes to Monkey Man, Felsteph, Antran, and then... Brother, really? Brother. Come on, bro. Limitless Andre. Limitless Andre, bro.
Holy shit.
Limitless Andre spammed the chat with heart in his eyes face emojis. Like he's in love? Like you're in love with the idea of a money shot? What's wrong with you, brother? Do you realize that this is something you're supposed to defend against? He's ready. He shouldn't be ready. Why does he love this? He needs facial cream? No, he doesn't. Is that a racial joke because the profile picture's black and you're calling him ashy? He doesn't need that kind of lotion. Don't put that on. You need a refresher? Oh my God, bro. Why would you say that?
What the?
every day I somehow end up more and more disappointed. I don't know how that's possible. Guys, listen, we got a lot we got to talk about today. All right. Number one is obviously going to be about the Steam Deck. Okay. Steam has shocked the entire world. Steam has decided to do something that nobody else has done. Okay. Steam has decided that they're not going to increase by 50. They're not going to increase by 100. They're. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I want. We're gonna cut your hair. We're gonna cut your hair for sure. You and the entire Wookiee tribe. We're gonna cut your hair. That's just.
have a problem.
Let me fix your problem for you.
What? Oh, that was Wukong? Oh shit, yeah, that actually did sound like Wukong a little bit. Holy shit, thank you for the 5. Appreciate that.
Hi Hypnotic, my mom's heart surgery went well now,
Let's
just
go.
waiting for recovery. Hopefully she'll be discharged with no more problems now. Home, enjoy stream. Smiley
Yo,
face emoji.
Archangelus, let's fucking go, man. Let's go, Archangelus. You love to hear it, bro. That's great news, man. Shout out to Archangelus. Thank you for letting us know, man. That's awesome. Let's get some celebration emojis in the chat, man. Shout out to Archangelus, brother. Thank you for the 5. Appreciate that. So we got to talk about the Steam machine. I'm sorry. Well, actually, yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand. We're also going to talk about the Steam Deck because the Steam Deck has gone up, at least for the OLED model, not by $100, not even by $150. It's gone up by $300.
Holy shit.
$300. A Steam Deck 1 terabyte OLED model is now more expensive than a PlayStation 5 Pro. Wow. That is wow. And trust me, I understand. I get the whole list. I get the whole like, oh, RAM's more expensive. I also, that's why I said like people don't want to have an adult conversation about this, but I'm sure as hell gonna try. I understand that they're a private company, so they don't have the level of infrastructure that some of the bigger companies have, and they probably don't get the same level of pricing on certain parts that other companies have. But god damn, brother, $300? $300, bro? That is crazy, my guy. Like, again, if you would have told me 100, maybe even 150 for the OLED, I would be like, all right. For the OLED, anyway, we're gonna talk about it because I think it's insane. Like I think it's insane. I get it, I totally get it, but this whole market condition shit, bro, unbelievable. Anyway, we're gonna talk about that. John Bon Zombie says that it is 1,465 Canadian dollars. Wow. Wow, bro. A Steam Deck OLED is 1,465 Canadian dollars. Wow, bro. Oh my god. That is fucking insanity, bro. Dude, anyway, we're going to talk about all that because again, you guys know, man, I love Steam, always have. I think I always will. But that doesn't mean that they're immune to criticism. It doesn't mean that when I feel like they missed the ball, that we don't call them out for what I feel like is probably a little bit of an overshot. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk about the Steam Deck, and we're also going to talk about the Steam Machine because that's obviously going to be the next big question. Because everybody's out there saying that, oh, the Steam Machine's going to be cheap. And I've always said, no, it's not. But nobody, well, some people did, but most people was like, nope.
Come on, main.
Sith Lord Kratos, I don't know, man. I don't know. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to go over that. We're also going to go over the Marathon Season 2 reveal that is currently not going over very well with the internet. Shocking, I know. But also the comments. The comments are brutal. People are talking about it. Because obviously, Destiny died so that Marathon could get their Season 2 and all that stuff. We got to go over that and talk about that. We also got to talk about the Witcher 3 new expansion that got announced. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this expansion is meant to basically tie the Witcher 3 with the Witcher 4. So that's what I think. Let Chewbacca cook. He's upset. He's upset about this. He's upset. Let him talk. Let him talk. You're not done. I know you're not done. Keep going. Let it out. Let it out. There you go. One more. There it is. There it is. See, I'm getting good at understanding when this thing will shut the fuck up. Adair Salta, thank you for the 5. And The Witcher 3 apparently is getting new DLC. Now, this is supposed to tie, I believe, Witcher 3 to Witcher 4, but I'm not exactly 100% sure. So we're going to check it out today and take a look at that. We also got, we got a lot of updates, by the way. No Man's Sky got a new update. A brand new, massive update is called The Swarm. We're going to check out the trailer for that and see what's going on with that. And we also got Dragon Quest. We got the Dragon Quest announcement that we're going to go over as well. And as a lot of you guys are aware, you know that I'm probably going to end up going towards Dragon Quest because, well, to be honest with you, Final Fantasy has just been completely missing the fucking ball. So we're going to most likely start going towards that. But anyway, we're going to talk about that and check out the reveal and see what's going on there. I know Cassie is absolutely gooning. Cassie is major gooning. You guys have no idea how much Cassie is gooning at the announcement of Dragon Quest, the next video game. So we're going to go over that. We're going to see what's going on. We also got some fast topics, as always. A couple of fast topics, nothing too crazy. And that's going to be basically it, guys. We got a lot of video game updates and trailers to go over today. So before we do any of that, though, we got to do a membership train, guys. And listen, I saw somebody in the chat yesterday complaining about it. They said stop begging, okay? They said stop begging. And respectfully, within 1.5 seconds, I said no. Because it's not begging. It's called having a good time and trying to wake the fucking chat up and lighting this bitch up green. So whether you want to donate a membership or not, or whether you want to drop membership train emojis in the chat, I'll take it all. Hey, pause! Pause! Fuck. No. No, you can't unpause that. No. You can't. Let's just do the membership train, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, all aboard the membership train.
Like the chat up green, man. A kicking donuts with a membership over on YouTube. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. Train emojis, train emojis. Let's go, train emojis. We need more train emojis. We got train emojis over on Rumble. We got train emojis over on YouTube. Archangelus with a membership over on YouTube. Thank you, sir. Dexter Bell with a membership over on YouTube. Thank you, sir. Graysoul with a membership over on YouTube. Thank you, sir. Let's go. We're breaking the chain. Turn the screen to a burning campaign. From the first to the last, remember the name. We are D-Mag became a member over on YouTube. Membership train. Holy shit. What an amazing membership train. We almost threw Chewbacca out of the train. Thank you, Adair Soto. I appreciate that. And then John D snuck in one more membership shortly afterwards. And then D Draconic snuck in a membership over on Rumble right at the last second. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Guys, let's go over the pre-stream legends and then we're getting right into the content because we got a lot we got to talk about, guys. We got King motherfucking Demon Wing starting us off over on YouTube with a 5 membership banger. More memberships! More memberships! More memberships! Shout out to King Demon Wing. Thank you so much for the 5 membership banger. And considering that's the first one of the stream, you already know what that means. God damn it, Chewie! I swear, Chewbacca's gonna go down in history as like one of the most ridiculous lore additions to Hypnocast, probably like ever, most likely. Guys, before we continue, I forgot to go over the battle today, and it's a very important battle. Let's go over this right now after a word from our sponsor, Genetic Spore.
Celebrates 4 months of membership.
I have Witcher 3 on PS5, never played it. It's the deluxe edition. Should I take that game from backlog to current game? Don't judge me.
God damn, that voice is amazing, bro. You can't tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me otherwise. Damn. She was like, don't judge me. Genetic Spore. I think you should play it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Maybe wait for the DLC to come out and then play it. But yeah, I think you should absolutely play it for sure. Fantastic video game. You will not be disappointed. Just prepare to spend over 100 hours in it, probably. Thank you for the 4 months. Guys, we got a battle today, boys. Let's go. All right, listen up, motherfuckers. So yesterday we had a bit of a felting. The first shock of the actual tournament. Chun-Li got actually destroyed by Lulu from Final Fantasy X, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Now today we got some classic waifus that are showing their face today. And that is none other than Claire Redfield from Resident Evil versus Kasumi from Dead or Alive, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. So today, you get to decide whether or not you have a Resident Evil waifu moving on or whether or not you have a Dead or Alive waifu moving on. But regardless, we got to decide between Claire Redfield versus Kasumi. So let us know in the super chats at the beginning. Let us know. That's a shit picture of Claire. Great. So you know what? Don't vote for Claire. Vote for Kasumi. Even if you like Claire, just let her know that because of the picture, you voted for her competition. Vote for Kasumi or vote for Claire. Doesn't matter, either or. Let me know in the beginning of the super chats. That way, we can find out who's going to be one of the first ones going into the next round. And then after this battle is going to be Ada Wong versus Tally Zora, ladies and gentlemen. So that's going to be tomorrow's battle. That should be pretty interesting. We'll see how that goes. All right, boys. Let's get back into the pre-stream legends. We got Adair Soto with the 5. Thank you, sir, for Chewbacca, of course. We got Draconic with the first vote for Kasumi. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the 5. We got Cosmic Dragon with the 10. Chewbacca trolling. I appreciate that. Lying about me loving scampuses. We need to stop. We need to stop. We got Captain Killer Guns with the 5, with the zesty voice, and apparently talking to himself about Biden and beauty. That's interesting. Thank you for the 5. We got Mr. Melancholy with the 5 for Kasumi. I appreciate that. Then we got a Kickin' Donuts with the 2, admitting that he's playing Forza Horizon 6 nonstop. I agree. We got Adair Soto with the 5 saying, Chewbacca, take a seat, Chewbacca, as you complain much as you want, but it would not change the outcome from Steam. Isn't that right, Hypno? It's unfair. I read that one because he was letting his feelings out. Panther with the 5 for the Goth. We already read that one where apparently he clapped mega cheeks. Apparently. Adair Soto with the 5 with Chewbacca again. And then Gray Soul with the 5 with Kronk. I appreciate that. Marius with the 2, thinking he escaped the hugs, but he didn't. And then Adair Soto with the 5 with Chewbacca again. Thank you, sir. And then another 5 from Adair Soto with Chewbacca again. And then Panther with the Wukong voice. I appreciate that with the 5. And then Archangelus with the 5. I appreciate you letting me know about your mom's surgery. Thank you for that. That was awesome. We got Sith Lord Kratos with the 5. And then we got Dare Soto with the 5 as well. Thank you, sir. And then a Kickin' Dad's gifted a membership during the train. Archangelus gifted a membership during the train. And then Dexter Bell gifted a membership during the train. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. And then a Dare Soto with the 5 for Chewbacca during the train, which means we have to throw him out of the train. And then Gray Soul gifted a membership during the train. And then D-Mag became a member during the train. And then John D with the final membership. At this point, just run him over. Just run him over. Run him over. Run over Chewbacca. It's fine. He's probably not going to die anyway. It's fine. It's fine. Cosmic Dragon with the 10. Thank you for the vote for Kasumi. I appreciate that. So far, I don't think we have any votes for Claire Redfield. Genetic Spore with the 4 months. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. And then Adair Soto with the 5. Obviously, he just threw one in there, but, you know, there you go. I appreciate that. Let's go over to Rumble and see what we got going on Rumble, man. I think Rumble's a little quiet. We only got one thing on Rumble. Let me just double check. Draconic dropped a membership. Romanizer picked up that membership. Very nice. Thank you, Draconic. I appreciate the membership over on Rumble. All right, guys, listen, we are fully caught up. Thank you guys so much for the insane support. I appreciate it as we're on our way to Tier 1, Tier 2, all that great stuff you guys already know. What are we at anyway? We're at, like, let me check really quick. What are we at? We are at, I think it's like 600.
I'll pay for my stuff any day.
Bro, what the fuck was that? Yo, the Wukong voice sounds funny. We're at 665 Tier 1s in a row and 341 Tier 2s in the row. We are nearing 350 Tier 2s in a row. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. Panthera, thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate that. Guys, are we ready? Let's get into the content. First things first, we gotta laugh. We gotta laugh, boys. I don't know what this is. I saw modders are doing way too much work, boy. Modders are doing way too much work. You guys are carrying. You guys are just carrying it, bro. What is this? I thought this was Forza at first, and then I realized that I don't think this is at all. But look at this shit. Look what they did.
6紧接左3收不切，接右3很长开，接尾端收。
Bro.
50左5。
Bro.
接右5 200。
This must be some sort of rally game.
注意左右性。
What the fuck? And the backfire just makes it even funnier.
300。
It's like she's farting as... Look at this. It's like she's farting as she's running. Bro, modders are carrying, bro. Look at this. Dirt Rally? Oh, this might be Dirt Rally. Yeah, it might be Rally. Yeah. I should play it. Only if I can play like this. It's funnier with the dynamic camera angles. Look at this, bro. Wow. Why does this work as good as it does? I don't know. That's insane. Oh, I thought she was gonna fall. Even the animation changes as she slows down. Imagine that thing chasing you. Bro, I would be scared as shit. Everybody's talking about Bowie Knife 99. This is worse than that. Dirt games have insane modding communities. I could see that. I could very much see that. Bro. I don't know. I saw this and I was like, my mind was blown. I'm like, modders, you guys are fucking carrying, bro. You're absolutely carrying. What happens when she wrecks? I don't know. I didn't see anything. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. There might be. Let's see. Oh, he just. What the fuck? Oh, that's it. Oh, wow. Nah, the backfire makes it funny. It sounds like literal constant fucking farts, bro. That's amazing. I just wanted to share that video with you. I thought that was hilarious. Let's go into... Oh, guys, this is not gaming related, but I just thought this was actually hilarious. So, check this out. Look, did you guys see this? So, a bunch of, like, weirdos are outside of an ICE facility, right? They're like, you know, doing the typical protesting, pretending like they're doing something, whatever. They actually started cheering when two brown Hispanics came out.
Claire.
Hypno, since you don't know what it means, that is so wrong not to be confused with Dorothy, who has a tragic story.
That is Doro. Okay, yeah, I don't know Nikkei, so I have no idea. But thank you, Space Monkey, for the $4.99 and for voting for Claire. I appreciate that. So they're outside an ICE facility, and they are, you know, they're protesting or whatever. And so two Hispanic men come out from the facility in regular clothes. And so the I guess the lefties or whatever, they thought that they were like, you know, illegal guys being freed. Well, little did they know there was a plot twist. Check this out.
They work here. They work here, That's racist. They just assume. Yeah, they just assume that they got racist.
Bro, isn't that amazing? That those that claim to be non-racist will make the first racial assumption about anybody brown, leaving an ICE facility in plain clothes. They thought that those two brown guys were illegals, but little did they know that they worked at the ICE facility. Talk about fucking felted, bro. I would have packed up and went home at that point. I would have just left. I would have been like, you know what? We're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna come back tomorrow. Fuck it.
Full one, come get your egg rolls, Hypno, to full one. Do you want to full one?
Bro, okay, you're using the Wukong voice to now pretend like you're, I don't know, ordering Chinese food. What are we doing? What are we... Thank you, Adair Soto, for the 5. Yeah, I just think this is so funny, bro. And it just goes to show the ones who always yell at you when you stereotype, or the ones that yell at you when you, do pattern recognition or whatever you want to call it. They call you racist for that. But meanwhile, they saw two brown men leave this facility and they immediately assumed that they were illegal. Isn't that crazy? Like, there's just no way they could work for ICE. Well, they do. Actually, a lot of brown and black people do. But they don't want to acknowledge those people. They only want to focus on the white people that are working there. I just thought this was hilarious. I know it's not gaming related, but I had to share it because it was such a cell phone that I just had to show it. It was unbelievable. All right, anyway, let's move on. It's fucking hilarious. Let's X that out. All right, last funny video. Guys, Bowie Knife 99 has apparently been added to Warzone. Are you aware of this? Are you aware of this? Check this out.
What the fuck? What is...
They
got my dick in general.
What the...
It is the day that is all about the camels. Camel dromedary. Camel 8 jumps. Toes, all the things.
Daddy, chill.
What the fuck? Ron DFK, thank you for the 5 for Claire. I didn't know we had a Pepe voice. Bro, that's crazy. I didn't know we had a Pepe voice. Bro, look at this. Isn't that scary? Imagine having a big-ass vehicle like this chasing your helicopter, crashing, and then going right to you. Bro, you are cooked. You are absolutely cooked. I thought that was funny. The Bowie knife thing, I gotta admit, though, is getting a little played out. The reason why it's getting played out is because you have all these accounts, these major, like, yellow checkmark accounts that are clearly trying their best to hop on the name and garner clout from the name, and they're just ruining it. Like, the Walmart one was funny, but then there's other like accounts that are just like, it's not funny. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. All right, guys, let's start off with No Man's Sky.
No, Hypno, you pay now. We're cool police. You don't want that, do you? You a spirit man. I know you well. You will pay me a gruel.
I think Adair Soto found his next favorite voice. Bro, Adair Soto found his next favorite voice, bro. Listen, first off, stop talking about egg rolls, man. I haven't had Chinese food in forever. That sounds amazing. Stop. Stop it. Stop. Seriously. Damn. Come on, man. Guys, let's talk about No Man's Sky. All right. No Man's Sky, the video game that continues to get worked on as if it's a brand new release. Now, keep in mind, guys, No Man's Sky is a video game that, when it released, deserved all the feltings that it got. All right. I want to make that very clear. No Man's Sky did not deserve to be, handled with care or anything. The game released in a terrible state when it first released, and it basically broke every single promise when they released the game. And I will say that this is one of the few examples where you can clearly see that this developer is actually apologetic for the way that they released their game in the beginning, because the amount of things that they have done to this game, and all for actually free, is insane. I mean, it is mind-blowing what they were capable of doing, and I can't help but be impressed by it, right? I can't help but be impressed, especially with the fact that it's all free. They are releasing content pretty continuously. They are constantly updating and changing the game and doing it's honestly, it's amazing. It's amazing. So you got to give them the respect at that point where say, you know what? Yes, you released your game in a very shitty state, but at least you are standing by it for the last however many years. It's been a long time. And all they're doing is just selling the same game. They're not trying to get DLC or anything like that. I'm sure there's a couple of paid DLCs, but pretty much almost all the content updates have been free, which is amazing. So very good. Yeah, Cyberpunk is another one that initially saved its shitty fucking launch. So we got a new update that's also free, by the way. The update's available right now, so you could go download it if you're a No Man's Sky player. This update is called The Swarm. Let's check it out and let's see what we got. Here we go. No Man's Sky, The Swarm.
I've seen things. A few things before. Left the sun and moon behind. Galaxy.
That armor looks sick, man. Again, I haven't played No Man's Sky in a very, very long time, but that armor is sick. How do they keep the funding? Well, they keep the funding because No Man's Sky actually continues to sell over the years, and they keep their costs low. They run with a pretty not super big development team. I'm sure they have some outside funding that they utilize. I'm sure they have yearly tax cuts or grants or something they utilize, but ultimately, No Man's Sky actually does sell fairly decently every year, enough to support them as long as their costs are down. How are the devs for No Man's Sky getting paid with the updates being free? Well, because their game is not free. Their game is not free, so as long as they continue to sell the game,
okay, if you don't
they can
pay
make money.
Egg roll, that's fine. How about Lady Boy? No,
Lady
they
Boy?
Give you sucky to forewarn you. I know you Spanish people like that, right?
You Spanish people? Bro! That's fucking crazy, Adair Salto. I'm going to continue.
Galaxies waiting to be found. Planets rich in resources. Battles to be fought. Treasures unknown.
I mean, look, bro, look at that, man. Again, I understand. I get how No Man's Sky is. I understand that it's how do I say? It's procedurally generated, whatever. I get that. But holy fuck, I mean, just look at the skybox. Look This, and it's crazy because I remember when No Man's Sky was initially revealed and how they marketed this game. They marketed it in a way that looked like this, but then they never actually delivered on it until over the years as they continue to update the game and fix the game and do all that stuff. Now it looks like how they initially promised. But that is amazing, man. Holy shit.
God to save Chewie, then take his women.
What the?
You don't have the balls. He will run a train like he does to Hypno.
Bro, we have a Stitch voice? I didn't know we had a Stitch voice. That game is too grindy for me. What, No Man's Sky? Well, I mean, no, it's that kind of game. You're resource grinding, you know? You're resource grinding, you're building shit, you're trying to, you know, add to your ship. It's one of those games that if you're not into like resource gathering and stuff, you're probably not going to like it. No matter how beautiful the worlds may be or how fun it may be to explore planets. And truthfully, I don't know how it is these days, but when I was initially playing the game, after a while, after you explore a couple of planets, the honeymoon phase of that kind of wears off, and it eventually becomes one of those things where I think the interest starts to go out of exploration and more towards other things. You know, like building your own ship and stuff like that. I feel like that's where it kind of goes. Because for me, I was just obsessed with the wonder of it. I was obsessed with, like, the exploration of it. I was obsessed with, like, going through space. And especially, I mean, when I was playing the game, there was no, like, ship battles or anything like that. I think there is now. You guys can let me know if that's true or not true. I think there is, what, like, space fights and stuff like that? But, yeah, ultimately, you know, I think it's one of those games that are just going to go from one thing initially to another for most people, you know? Yes, this is an actual working game, Old Man Cat. This has been a working game for a while. Oh, there you go. That kind of answered my question just there. I mean, this looks fucking insane. This looks nothing like I remember playing it.
Inside the top planet of the apes is the best outcome for humanity.
Now we have Wukong teaming up with Chewbacca. We're fucked, boys. Yeah. I think this looks awesome. Again, I feel like they have a little bit of a habit of selling their selling their trailers more than usual. But what I do know is that people are really happy with the game. They're really happy with the updates. It's available now. And you know what I like about No Man's Sky? They really learn from their prior mistakes, which is they don't announce something until that something is ready to actually be, you know, used by the players.
Food, come here. A little alien. I'll cook you for tonight's dinner. Like Hassan Parker,
what?
Dog Shock, my dog. That's a good music, you American people make good music.
Holy shit.
Oh my God. He said, I'm gonna cook you like Hassan. Oh my God, bro. What are we doing? Adair Soto, are you okay, bro? Are you okay? What I will say again is that they don't announce something until it's actually ready, which I really like because I'm so tired of developers announcing shit that it's not ready, and then they take like 6 years before they even have something that's even remotely playable. Or that's if they even do. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's great, and in this regard, they announced it, and it's available, and it's ready, and they know how to capitalize on the hype. And, you know, if you are playing this game, the update's ready for you. If you're not playing this game, well, maybe you'll be interested. But overall, it looks pretty good to me. I think it looks cool. No Man's Sky continues to impress me. It's unbelievable what they're capable of doing. It really is. I'm shocked by that. All right, next up, we're going to talk about Dragon Quest, boys. Are we ready for this? Are we ready for Dragon Quest? Let's see. Dragon Quest new trailer. Let's see what we got. Beyond Dreams, this thing is called. Let's check it out. So, as you guys know, I'm thinking about really getting into Dragon Quest because obviously Final Fantasy is fucking up.
Kasumi Wukong. What do Redhead know of Jiggle Ninja? Just less important if she no continue Redfield bloodline.
Bio T Wolf felt it himself. He felt it himself. Bio T Wolf, you misspelled Wukong. Thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate that. Let's get some Felteds in the chat. Anytime somebody misspells, you immediately got to say Felted in the chat. You got to say it. Even though we love Bio T Wolf, but you got to say it. You got to say Felted in the chat. Felted's in the chat for Bio T Wolf. Nice one. All right, so we're gonna go over Dragon Quest. We actually have, I think, 2. We have 2 Dragon Quests we got to go over. Hypnotic, we are currently $84 away from tier 1. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Claire is at 19. Oh, wow. Whoa. Wait a second. Claire is at $19.98, and Kasumi is at $20.90. She's ahead by less than... Bro, that's crazy. Wow.
I'm so surprised I'm getting away with this hypno of racism jokes.
Oh, I'm surprised, too. I guess it must be the Wukong voice. I don't know. But, hey, don't go too far with it, though. But you could have fun, obviously. Guys, let's get into it, man. Like I said, so I'm excited for this. I've been curious about it. I've been hearing through the rumblings that this is going to be a thing, and now this is finally a thing. Apparently, though, they had completely stopped development. They stopped all development.
Claire.
I have sweatshop for my programmers. I always get my games out on time. They only require egg rolls.
Oh my god, bro. Wukong was supposed to be a Wukong voice, not a Chinese racism joke.
I'm eating dumplings and egg rolls right now. Come get some hypno.
I hate you. Why would you talk about Chinese food? Stop talking about Chinese food. You're gonna... Damn it! Why is everybody doing Wukong now? No! Not allowed. Not allowed. I'm gonna disable the voice. You keep talking about egg rolls. Anyway, so apparently they stopped development. Thank you, Sky, for the 5, by the way. They stopped development on it completely, and then they redid it. So this game has been completely changed from whatever it was supposed to be initially. So we're going to check it out. We're going to see what we got going on. It's about 1 minute, 20 seconds. This is the new Dragon Quest video game called Dragon Quest 12 Beyond Dreams. Here we go. Let's check this out. All I know is Cassie is gooning hard over this game. Oh, shit. Hold on. We got another one.
Claire.
Time to hunt some Wookiees.
Yes.
You can hit the broadside of the Star Destroyer.
Shoot the Wookiees. Yes, I agree. Lockwire, please. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 10. Get rid of... You guys are really going to piss off the people that complain about the TTS in my comments after the streams go off air. You're gonna make them rage out. They're going to be like, look at this slop stream.
That I caused this.
Yes, it is your fault. Thank you, Adair Sota, for the 5. They're going to be like, oh, it's such a slop stream. You're a slop streamer.
My magic crone too has been craving a chocolate starfish.
Ho, 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 you naughty boy. Have a marathon game.
Ho, ho, ho.
What the fuck? Brother, we have Santa Claus here now? We have Santa Claus and Wukong here now? This is going to be a ridiculous we can't be having this no. No, we can't. We can't do that. We can't do that. Chaotic Holy says, I'm not excited for this new version of Dragon Quest. All right, well, let's see. Let's check it out. Let's check it out as we get felted by fucking TTS nonstop. Whose voice is that? Santa Claus. Nice. I'll say this really quick. You know what I loved about, or what I do love about Dragon Quest is that the art style has always been very distinct and unapologetically Dragon Quest, and I like it. It's not like Final Fantasy where things start to change little by little and then eventually it became more about realism and shit. It always stuck to its like style, or like what it was trying to perceive to be its style, and I really like that overall. Isn't this the last character to be designed by Akira Toriyama? Isn't this the last one?
Wukong, City Shrimp, City Beef, or Day Old Lo Mein.
Sky felt it himself. Sky. R.I.P. brother. Everybody put Felton in the chat. Felton in the chat for Sky. Thank you, bro, for the 2. I appreciate that. I miss the days where fantasy characters didn't all somehow have the same barber. You know what I mean? Isn't that kind of insane? Every fantasy character now all has the same barber. They all have modernity fades. Every single one of these characters have fades now on the side. It's always like side fades and then spiky or you know, taller hair at the top or whatever. They all got the side shaven heads. You know? It's insane. Anyway. A lot of people are speculating that this character right here is the main character, but in his dream or something, where he wakes up looking like this or some shit, because they have like a similar hairstyle, obviously side shaven, you know, and same kind of outfit, gear, and all that stuff. You know, I was telling Cass that I'm gonna be getting into Dragon Quest again, and I'm gonna be trying to play those games again. But the problem is that I know that they take so much time, and I know that like I'm trying to clean up my achievements in a lot of video games right now. Like I've done like I think 5 or 6 games recently that I've perfected on Steam. I'm trying to finish that up first before I commit to anything like Dragon Quest, because I just know like once you commit to that, you're gonna be in that for a while. Like I want to finish Crimson Desert before I even remotely touch Dragon Quest. I'm not going.
9. 1, 2, 3.
Did you really think that was gonna work, Benjamin? My TTS can't read that shit. My TTS can't read that shit, bro. Yeah, so I'm gonna focus on finishing. I'm gonna finish Crimson Desert first, and some other video games, and then we'll go from there. Like I perfected Tormented Souls recently. That was really difficult. Perfected that finally, so I'm happy. That's done. But I also want to perfect Tormented Souls 2 because I really like that franchise. So I want to do that. There's a few that I'm really trying to like. I'm trying to get done, but I got a good amount done. I'm not going to get Deep Rock Galactic done for a long time, but I'm working on that as well. But that's just kind of like on the side when I feel like playing it. But I'll get to it. But once I'm done with that, I'm going to start picking up some of the Dragon Quest games again that I have on Steam specifically, and just start playing them again and see. Maybe I'll even stream one. But the thing is, these games are so fucking long that if I stream one, it's not going to be like an official stream from start to finish, because it's just I'll be 60 streams in, you know. So we'll see. Anyway, but I think it looks cool overall. I've always liked the style of Dragon Quest. I've always liked the fantasy setting of Dragon Quest. It reminds me of the initial PlayStation Final Fantasies, like 7, 8, and 9. More so 7 and 9, especially 9, because 9 always had this fantasy style.
It's fried rice. You pick. Mwahaha.
Oh my god. Not the Wukong. Mwah. Fuck, man. Stop. That shit gets me every time. I hate it. I promised myself I wouldn't laugh. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. But no, I'm going to you know, I've always liked the style. Yeah, it's Dragon Ball Fantasy. Yeah, I get that. I've always liked the style, and Final Fantasy IX is my favorite Final Fantasy. I love the way the characters look. I love the way the world looks, and Dragon Quest has always looked like that, but just more, if that makes sense. So definitely excited about it. Curious about it. I won't be touching this game for quite a long time, but eventually when I do get to it, I'll be excited to play it. But yeah, looks interesting. For all the Dragon Quest fans out there, have fun with this. Now, apparently there's another one. I don't know if there's a trailer for it. Let me see. It's this one right here, Dragon Quest Monsters: The Withered World, right? That's the current one. So let's see what this one looks like. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Withered World. This is like their Pokemon style one, right? Or something along that lines. Oh, so this is gonna be like a teaser trailer. Okay.
I want another Phantasy Star game with some elf babes.
Why am I not surprised?
They really know how to use the wand.
Hey, yo,
I
pause
too
that.
like the way they hold the rod.
Whoa! You can't, bro. You can't have Santa be talking about somebody holding his rod. You can't have. Oh my God, brother! You can't have that. Nintendo needs to sue for this. Why? Why does Nintendo need to sue for this? Look at some of the monsters that Pokemon stole. True. True. Watch it. Nintendo's watching. I know. Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch 2, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Steam, and Windows. Nice. So it's coming out everywhere. Well, there you go. Blue says, to be honest, I haven't played Dragon Quest. Put 1 and 2 on Steam. Wishlist now. Yeah, I need to catch up. I need to catch up. It's been way too long, man. I mean, looks interesting for the most part. Again, there's nothing to really see here other than a couple of characters and a couple of monsters. So we'll see. We'll see what this ends up being, but it's available everywhere, so that's got to be a plus. So, all right, boys, that's basically it for the Dragon Quest stuff. Not bad, interesting, nonetheless. Oh fuck! I have to pause that. Sorry. All right, the super chats have been going crazy, boys. Let me just. I want to make sure I catch up on all of them. There's so many Wukong ones now. I don't even know where did they begin? Oh, I see it. Okay. Space Monkey with the 4.99, thank you. Adair Soto with a 5, thank you, sir. Ron DFK with the 5, thank you. Adair Soto with a 10, thank you. Lockwire with the 5, thank you. Space Monkey 4.99, thank you. Adair Soto with a 10, thank you, sir. Bio T Wolf with the 5, I appreciate it, bro. Adair Soto with the 5, Space Monkey with the 4.99, Sky with the 5, Lockwire with the 10. Appreciate that, guys, man. You guys are going crazy. Adair Soto with the 2. GDR with the 5, Sky with the 2, Benjamin with a whole bunch of, I don't even know what that is. Chinese, Japanese, I can't tell. Korean, I can't tell. The screen that you're on is too small for me. And then we got John D with the 5, thank you, sir, for Kasumi. And then GDR with a 10, thank you. I appreciate that, brother. Let me go over to Rumble really quick and check on them before we continue. I think we're still at just D-Draconic. Yes, we are. Okay, just D-Draconic. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Guys, it's Chinese. Oh, thank you, Tiger King. Let's continue. We got to talk about, where is it at? Let me see. Let's talk about Marathon. We're gonna get the trailers. We're gonna get the trailers out of the way. This one I'm gonna pause TTS for. Sorry for all the people felting me with Wukong voices. Guys, let's talk about Marathon. So, in case you guys are unaware as to what's happening with Marathon, let me catch you up to speed really quick before we continue into this trailer. So, Marathon, officially announced not that long ago that they're going into season 2. And now, today, they dropped a trailer for their season 2. Now, needless to say, people are not very happy about it because, well, they are still blaming Marathon for the reason why Destiny died. Now, here's the beautiful thing about this trailer. This trailer signifies that the wipe is coming, which means that Marathon players that have never experienced an extraction shooter before and don't understand exactly what a wipe entails, well, they're going to find out pretty quickly what a wipe entails. And I think a lot of them are probably not going to be happy about that. So we're going to check out this trailer, and then we're going to check out a story, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but to coincide for the release of Season 2, Marathon is going free to play. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Marathon is going free to play. Now, that's not for the entirety of its existence. That's only for about, I believe, a week. But they're going to release their game free to play with the release of Season 2 in order to try to bait as many people as possible to come back to the game and give it another chance in the hopes that they can save the game. Not a bad strategy, but let's see how it's going to go. So with all that being said, let's check out this trailer, and then we'll get into the topic about the free-to-play stuff. Here we go. Notice how they're going for a darker theme. Notice how, like, all that crazy cyberpunk yellow and fucking purple and shit is kind of non-existent right now. They've been trying to do this for the last couple of trailers, trying to make Marathon not seem as colorful as it actually is. Removing the yellow that was very, very much all over the place. But I'm sure it's going to show up eventually. By the way, this season 2 is called Nightfall, which I feel like is hilarious considering what happened with Destiny and the fact that Destiny had events called Nightfall raids or Nightfall events or whatever, if I remember correctly. I don't know. I just find it ironic. Yes, the strikes. Yes, the Nightfall strikes. Exactly. There you go. I just find it ironic. I gotta be honest with you guys, had they advertised Marathon like this from the beginning, I don't think as many people would have hated it initially. Sure, when you showcase this character like this one, for example, with the fucking bright-ass purple lipstick and shit, like, yeah, naturally some people are gonna be like, well, that's weird. But overall, they're just gonna think that you're trying to be, like, cyberpunk edgy. But whatever they showcased beforehand was just so nothing like this. And I think it turned off a lot of people immediately. But something like this with a darker tone and a darker kind of feel, I think would have went over a little bit better. But I don't think it still would have been accepted, like, in the masses. I don't think it would have been anything super different. But it is a better tone. I will say it's a better tone. They couldn't wait to throw in that purple. Like I said, I think this trailer definitely has a much better tone than some of the previous marathon trailers. But at the end of the day, I think the damage is done. I think you could potentially bait people back a little bit by making it free to play. But all you're going to do is just make the drop-off hurt even more. You know what I'm saying? Like, the drop-off is going to hurt really bad when they have all these people playing the game because it's free to play, and then most people decide not to buy the game, and then the number just drops off hard. So even if you jump back up to, let's say, 70,000, 80,000, whatever, which I don't think is going to happen, but even if you did, I think once that free-to-play week or whatever drops off, it's going to be really bad. You know, it's just going to make it even blatantly more obvious that a lot of people have checked out of the game, you know? But in any case, so let me exit out of that. Now, let's talk about the free-to-play aspect. So we got an article here. It says, Marathon is finally going free for a week as Bungie looks for a Season 2 rebound. Some fans have been wondering if the game would go free-to-play. I'll be real with you. I don't know if that's going to happen. Not quite yet. I think if Marathon is going to go free-to-play, it's going to go free-to-play at the beginning of next year. I think that they're going to try to write it out as much as possible, and they're going to try to see if Season 2 can get people to buy the game in any kind of numbers that will save the game. But realistically, they're not looking for people to just buy the game. They're looking for people to be invested. They're looking for people that are going to want to spend money in their microtransaction shops. That's what they're looking for. They're trying to essentially do some fishing right now. They're fishing for some whales. They're trying to fish for people that are going to bring some income in on a consistent basis and get them hooked on the store, because that's how they're going to be able to grow the game. Otherwise, a couple of people buying the game at $40 is not going to save Marathon. It's pretty obvious at this point. But anyway, let's talk about it. So it says that Marathon players have been begging Bungie to do some sort of free trial for the struggling extraction shooter, and the studio's finally taken them up on it for the kickoff of Season 2. The sci-fi game will go free-to-play for exactly 1 week, so every Marathon sicko like myself can badger their friends into finally giving it a shot. Season 2 begins on June 2nd. It kicks off with an open play. From June 2nd to June 9th, Bungie wrote in a new blog post, during the open play week, the full game will be available to play on Steam, PS5, and Xbox, and any progress you make will carry over into Season 2. This will be a great time to invite your friends to crew up, as everyone will be starting out on a clean slate. You know, there might be a little bit of strategy here. Hear me out for a second. There might be some strategy here. By making the game free to play, and by being able to invite your friends when everything is on a clean slate, that is going to make the wipe and the reset that is coming their way hit a hell of a lot less than if they were playing by themselves because their friends won't buy the game. You know, imagine if the players that would normally complain about the wipe, if they have friends to play with in the game, well, maybe they're not going to complain as much. You know, maybe there's some strategy there, or maybe they're just coping. Either or, I'm just saying that the numbers are definitely going to bolster up. That's obvious. But just like with Marathon initially releasing, I said that the game was not going to do bad in the beginning. What's going to kill the game is the drop-off. I thought maybe 90 days it was going to die. Well, that's not what happened. It died in 30 days. So, and I see people coping already where they're saying that, well, Marathon has an entire playbook for 5 seasons, which means the game is going to be alive for 5 seasons. Guys, Concord had a playbook. Concord had a roadmap. Highguard had a roadmap. And when Highguard failed, they had to release all their content for free within a couple of weeks, and then they shut it down anyway. So this whole thing about, well, they wouldn't be making a playbook or they wouldn't be making a roadmap if they weren't going to keep the game alive, that's cope. Every single live service video game has, at the bare minimum, 1 year of a roadmap. At the bare minimum, 1 year. They don't release the game without having at least 1 year of a roadmap. Marathon, being something that's probably has more investment, more money into it, is probably going to have 3 to 5 years of a roadmap. But regardless, that's what they're going to do. They're going to have at least 1 year every 90 days. That's normally how these live service, games go. So While Bungie is stopping short of calling this open play week free, that's essentially what it is. All players need is their console's paid subscription service to access the online multiplayer unless they're on PC, where that stuff has always been free. I like how they try to say that as if it's a bad thing. You know, where that stuff has always been free. You know, that nonsense about you being able to play games online without having to pay. Yeah, that's there if you want to go there. But, you know, we want you to go to our consoles where you got to pay to play online. But, you know, if you want to be one of those PC weirdos that play video games for free. Anyway, Marathon did have a free beta back before it launched, but that only included a reduced version of the game. It didn't allow players to access all the maps, and runner shells and progress was wiped out at launch. This new trial period will hopefully give prospective players a better sense of what to expect from Marathon and potentially hook them with that initial sense of progression and dopamine from their first loot exfiltration. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work, to be honest with you. Marathon could really use an influx of fresh meat. Hey, pause that. Steam chart watchers have been quick to note throughout Season 1 that concurrent player numbers have continually declined. They now hover around 10,000 instead of the initial 80,000. Are they wrong? Are they wrong? Again, I've always said I'm not going to be one of these guys that are going to just watch the Steam charts every fucking day, every hour of the day. I don't find entertainment in that. However, you're not going to look at that and say that they're wrong. You can call them weird for looking at the Steam charts, but are they wrong, though? Are they wrong in saying what's going on? No, of course not. All right. It's the end of the season, so that's not shocking. But oh my God. Imagine using the end of the season as cope for why you lost 90% of your players. But other reports suggest that the game is struggling overall to meet expectations at the moment, especially as Bungie prepares to sunset its main breadwinner, Destiny 2. Yes, imagine getting rid of your main breadwinner for a side of, I don't know, bacon or something. What are we doing? Engagement metrics such as retention also remain at a high level. That's not true because the numbers are down. The numbers are way down, right? Sony said during its last earnings call, going forward, we aim to improve the performance of the game by working to retain highly engaged core users. That essentially means that they're working on trying their best to keep the amount of people that they have left over. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep the people that they have left over because if they don't, they're cooked. That's it. Yeah, you're right. A side of tofu is probably a little bit more accurate. Bacon would imply that it's actually good. You're absolutely right, Sanguine and Darkwind. Thank you. So Bungie looks to be committed to Marathon at least to its first year, and it already has plans for storytelling to go well beyond that. Yeah, Concord had plans for, what was it? I think it was weekly vignettes, right? They had weekly vignettes that they were going to be doing. They were going to be releasing videos, cutscenes essentially, and trying to get people involved in all that and whatnot. Yeah, I don't really think that means anything. I don't think that people are going to be like, oh, that means Marathon's going to be alive for a long time. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But we'll see anyway what happens with Season 2. Like I said, I think the numbers are going to go up to probably halfway, if not a little bit more. I can imagine numbers going probably to like 60,000 if it's free to play. And then from there, you're probably going to see the numbers fall off pretty hard after a week or two. But we'll see how that goes regardless. So anyway, speaking of the numbers, I mean, what are they at right now? Let me go over to SteamDB. Hold on, SteamDB. Let's go over to SteamDB right now and see what the numbers are at. Just out of curiosity. Okay, they're going up. Okay, Marathon. 12,148. Let's fucking go. How's Destiny 2 doing? Oh, shit. Damn. Never mind. All right, you got a little bit to go. You got a little bit more to go. Just a little bit more to go, boys. Wow, that's rough. Anyway, let's continue to TTS, see what you guys have to say, and then we'll go from there. I saw a couple of them come in. Let's see what's going on. Oh, my God, bro. The first one, literally the first one. Has to be Chewbacca. It just has to be. It has to be. Oh my God. Bro, what kind of AIDS are you suffering from? Why are you screaming this much? Titan Waz just upgraded his membership to Sergeant. Thank you, sir.
They're trying to and failing to capture the original look of the original trilogy, but I do not accept this modern audience take.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Titan Waz, thank you for upgrading your membership to Bigot Army Sergeant. That's legendary, brother. Thank you. Thank you. What's No Man's Sky at? Oh, I don't know. Let me see. No Man's Sky. What is that at? Let's see. No Man's Sky's.
Holy shit.
No Man's Sky is at 18,000 people right now. That's crazy. What's this game selling for these days? $23.99. Yeah, I can see them making good money. If they can convince people to keep buying the game with all the updates and shit, what's the estimated sales? 4 to 16 million. So even at 10 million copies or 11 million copies sold, that would be some good numbers. Even at like $23, $24, that's going to be some good numbers. Not bad. Like I said, if you keep your costs down, you could definitely fund development on the game if you keep your costs down, for sure. Wow. Tatsuya says, keep in mind that game is also on GOG. That's fair. That's fair. Is he talking about Star Wars? I despise Star Wars. I'm not surprised. All right, let's continue, guys. We got Rumble. We got Deidre dropping another membership like a boss. Thank you, Deidre. I appreciate that, man. Fucking legend. And then we got Torinol with a 2. Says, could they be looking to boost numbers for the 90 days past release to try and meet some contractual stipulation? That's actually interesting to think about, Torinol. I never even thought of it that way. I mean, maybe, but that's actually really interesting to think about. I don't know. I think that they might be trying to convince Sony to continue to invest. And in order to do that, Sony's going to want to see some sort of return at some point, some way. And I think that any way that they could possibly bolster that number would help them get to that goal. But yeah, I maybe you're right. I don't know about that one. What's up, Wally Dangerous? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I don't know about that one, Tor. No, I'll think about that one. That's interesting. Titan Waz says, like, upgrade it because I can't super chat. Well, I appreciate whatever, man. Thank you. Whatever. I appreciate anything. That's awesome. Thank you, sir. Let's continue, guys. Let's get to the next one. Guys, there is a video game that is being currently pushed right now hard by the same people that pushed Mixtape. And this video game is called Mina the Hollower. Now, I want to just be right up front and very clear that just because a video game gets a 10 out of 10 does not mean that it's suddenly an industry plant. I think people are throwing that word around a little bit too much, especially after the whole Mixtape thing, okay? Now, to be fair, I haven't had the chance to research the people that have made this game, so when I do, I will let you know what I think. But ultimately, this seems like this is more so a video game that hits all the hallmarks that the journalists actually love, which is why they continue to give these kind of games a 10 out of 10, right? Something super cozy, something super, like, easy to play for the most part. They're even calling it a Zelda-like video game. So, and apparently it's gotten so highly rated that it is Metacritic's best rated game of 2026, beating out everything else, including Mixtape, right? Forza Horizon 6, Resident Evil Requiem, and Pokemon Pokopia have all been dethroned by this particular video game, which, again, when you look at these video games, you could pretty easily see that there's a reason why they're going to be putting this game on a pedestal, okay? Now, can the game be good? Maybe. We're going to check out a video about it in a second. But let's check it out and see what we got going on. The verdict is in. Mina the Hollower is the best game of 2026 so far. While yes, that is my own subjective opinion, you can read my Mina the Hollower review for more on that. It seems I'm not alone in that belief. The Metacritic score for Yacht Club's game's latest eventer has eclipsed everything else this year has had to offer. Now, keep in mind, guys, this was literally right after they just completely shilled. They completely shilled Mixtape. They completely shilled it, right? So think about that for a second. They just said Mixtape was a generational video game. Generational video game, the most amazing video game ever. And now suddenly another video game comes out. They're like, you know what? Actually, forget that video game. Now we like this one, right? So let's check this out. I'm going to bring up the trailer. I'm going to bring it up right now. Mina the Hollower. And we're going to see what's going on with this video game. because I have a feeling that the gameplay is going to look pretty similar. You know what? Better yet, let's go over to IGN and see what IGN has to say. We know they give amazing reviews.
It may look like a Game Boy game from the 1990s, but this diminutive RPG is hiding far more than I expected beneath the surface. And once I burrowed on in, I never wanted to come back up. Mina the Hollowware is a tough-as-nails adventure that isn't shy about its influences. It borrows The Legend of Zelda's open-world structure, adds a healthy amount of Castlevania's horror setting and haunting soundtrack, and it peps things up with a dose of FromSoft's Souls games in its combat and progression. But somewhere in that mix, Mina becomes more than the sum of its parts, cleverly riffing and remixing them in smart ways. Its blocky exterior disguises rich combat systems, some of the best puzzle solving ever.
I'll say this, guys. Hold on. I'll say this right off the bat. At least it's a fucking video game. Can I get an amen here or something? At least it's a video game in the sense that it actually has gameplay. So we're off. We're off to a much better start. Even if it's not a game for you, at least it's actually a game. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Ever put to screen. And
it's like the bare minimum these days.
Funny, deeply weird world I love to explore. Developer Yacht Club Games is no stranger to retro tributes, with its standout Shovel Knight series drawing heavily from NES classics like Mega Man. While Shovel Knight stuck to its source material pretty closely, Mina uses Zelda games like Link's Awakening and the Oracle Duo as a foundation for a much deeper, more modern take on a top-down action RPG. It doesn't play like one of those turn-of-the-century Zeldas, though, because Mina has a completely open world. There are no paths blocked until you get some special item, and nothing but your own skill level keeps you from...
I walked away for a second. I didn't realize my character was going to disappear when I did that. I just pulled the magician. It was like, whoop. Anyway, I will say this, though. Is it bad that we live in a world where the moment I hear the word modern, I immediately go like, ugh. Even though I know... Listen, I know modern should not mean anything bad, but unfortunately, it's used by people that use it in a way that almost always means something bad. You know? It sucks that we live in a world where I have to think that. Where I have to think, oh man, he said modern. What could he possibly mean by that? You know? Even though in a game like this, he could just mean like gameplay-wise, but in my opinion, they ruined the word. They ruined the word that they didn't have to ruin. Anyway, let's continue.
Going to any one of its 4 initial dungeons first. You just need to fight your way there. And if you can't cut it, there's probably another path to try instead, a clever place to grind for money and levels, or some side quests that lead to optional upgrades. Mina's world is an entrancing mix of gothic fantasy and steampunk tech. There are plenty of adorable animal denizens, like Mina herself, but also building-busting giants, friendly abominations, and a whole lot of possums.
You know, really quick... Grim, not Grim, I'm sorry. Jimmy in the chat says, this is a good game. Journals want to parasite off indie games now for attention. You know, there's something to that. There is absolutely something to that. Where before, back in the day, they really would not be talking about indie games like this. Sure, like every once in a while, they might, right? They might mention an indie game. They might be getting mainstream press that is so big they can't ignore it. Right, but for the most part, these people usually ignore the indie games and they tend to go straight for like the AAA big releases, something they could get from it. You know, they could definitely get something from it. Whereas the indie teams, they really can't get anything from it, so they tend to ignore them. Access journalism tends to go that way. But now all of a sudden, it seems like they're focusing all on these supposed indie games, and it's because I think that they understand that that's where most people are going towards these days, especially as people are buying cheaper and cheaper video games now. So I don't know. I just find it interesting. You know, all of a sudden that they suddenly love indie games. I don't know. But yeah, it's true. Valiant Go is right. They loved Shovel Knight when it came out. That is true. That is true. Like I said, every once in a while they did talk about indie games, but nowhere near as much as they used to. So anyway, let's see what we got going on.
These characters all have lives that are affected by your actions, and many end up holding a greater purpose in the larger story, which has some fun, if predictable, twists and turns, and really saves the good stuff for the end of the game. Mina herself is a bit of an enigma. She's a monster slayer, but also something of a mad scientist who has outfitted the Tenebrous Isles with tech that is being mysteriously sabotaged. The plot follows whether her machines are actually good or bad, and while brave little Mina seems to act heroically in this kill-or-be-killed overworld, often solving problems for the Isle folk, she also causes a few. Without spoiling anything, those can come back to haunt you. This little white mouse explores a lot of gray areas, and I love that. There are 6 main dungeons spread across the...
This is a game that I wouldn't normally not dislike. You know, who's the publisher? We'll find out in a second. I'm gonna look it up on SteamDB. But this is a video game that I wouldn't normally dislike. It's not something I would run out and go play right away, but I also wouldn't mind playing something like this. I'm curious what their score is. Everybody's given this game a 10. Almost everybody, anyway. A lot of people have given this game a 10. This is a pretty long review, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to, let's see. Let's go. Do they talk about it? Yeah, let's do that. What's their verdict? These are way more interesting when I get to hear them talk about it. Let's see.
You get stuck. Just remember that this disables the feat system. I left it alone for that reason, but I started a new save just to mess around with it, and it's fantastic for making Mina more accessible. Mina the Hollower will burrow into your brain and set up a cozy little house there. I couldn't let it go. Clues to unsolved puzzles pop into my brain before bed. A spot high out of reach that I never set foot on beckons to me every time I pass it. That secret boss that destroyed me could be beatable with one really good grinding spot. Mina achieves the same heights in both action and style that its impressive inspirations reach on a regular basis, be that Zelda, Castlevania, or FromSoft RPGs. Even if all you've played is Breath of the Wild or Elden Ring, don't let the retro look fool you. Mina the Hollower will scratch the same itch. With an open world that's crammed with mysteries worth exploring and lively, clever combat I couldn't get enough of. It's a big game in a small package, and an absolute masterpiece of an adventure.
Kind of saw that coming. Damn, man, they're handing out 10 out of 10s like it's nothing, bro. Everything's a everything's a 10 out of 10 unless it's made in the East, and it is not a 10 out of 10. It's a masterpiece, game of the generation. Listen, I didn't think the game looked bad. I thought the game looked good. I like the combat. The combat looked pretty cool, but a 10 out of 10, bro? Like, come on, at least an 8. At least an 8. You know? I feel like 10 out of 10 should be reserved for something that is unbelievably game-changing. You know what I'm saying? Something that is, like, so fucking amazing that you just haven't seen it before. It is just that game-changing. To be handing out 10 out of 10s to everything and calling them masterpieces, unless they have, you know, hot Asian women in it, and then suddenly it's a 5 or a 6. I don't know. I feel like it devalues it. Really, like, it's crazy, bro. And keep in mind, when they were reviewing Mixtape, they were all talking about how they haven't given it a 10 out of 10 in such a long time. That they all, like, they were just talking about how important that was to give a 10 out of 10. They were selling you on the idea that Mixtape got a 10 out of 10. And now here comes a whole nother indie video game getting a 10 out of 10 almost immediately after. It's like you guys have handed out more 10 out of 10s this year than we've seen in a long time. I don't know. Anyway, now we get to hear some descriptions. I want to hear exactly from the person who reviewed it, and then we're going to move on to the next story. Let's check this out.
Reviews director Tom Marks with Sam Claiborne, our reviewer of Mina the Hollower, to talk about the big number that just showed up once again. We've now given more 10s in May of this year than all of 2025 for games combined, which is insane. When it rains, it pours. Sometimes this just happens. A lot of good stuff comes out at the same time.
It's the statistics. We got a new Bubsy game this month, which means there's going to be more 10s to counter it out.
To balance it? Yeah,
to
maybe.
balance the world. The world has to be balanced.
If you've been following IGN, I'm sure you've seen Sam. Sam, you've been reviewing games for us and playing games and talking on GameScoop and all that for almost 2 decades now.
That's right.
You reviewed Metroid Dread for us, Mega Man 11, 3D Dot Game Heroes, which is one that you mentioned here.
Kind of proved my point, by the way. Kind of proved my point. They handed out more 10s this year than all of last year so far. So think about that. And we're not even halfway through the year yet. So imagine how many more 10s they're going to hand out. I think you're devaluing 10s. Which, to be fair, I feel like IGN has devalued a lot of numbers these days. But it's like 10 out of 10. Anyway, I've already said my piece about that.
Sounds right. I don't remember it, but it sounds right.
Yeah. And then also, speaking to Mina, a lot of our retro game collections, stuff like the Disney Afternoon collection, the Mega Man collection, Castlevania Anniversary collection, you've dabbled in those spaces as well. So definitely the right person for this review. Let's start with the 10. I've asked this now to Luke Riley and Simon Cardy on the previous 210 reviews. What pushes a game from an amazing 9 to a masterpiece 10 for you? Because the only other 10 you've given is Metroid Prime Remaster.
So bear with me here. This is a little bit of a long of an answer, but Mina the Hollower is just really fucking fun. That's it. It's just amazing. It's a really, really fun game. I think this game is it is really fun, and it's really fun because it's showing its references, its sources, it's what it draws from very clearly. It's saying, I'm a bit...
I gotta be honest with you, while I understand that being fun is very important for a video game, I'm just gonna say, if somebody's asking you, why are you claiming a game as a masterpiece, you really shouldn't just be saying, it's really fucking fun, that's it. Like, what else about it made it separate itself to become a masterpiece, though? Do you realize what that word means? The weight that word carries? This is why, they devalue words for it to be basically nothing. It's like, what else, though?
Big, old school looking game, and then when you play it, you realize that it's much more than that. And I'm a sucker for that. It is taking elements from a bunch of old games unabashedly, not saying, I'm an old game that's supposed to feel old. No, it's not doing that. It's saying we're gonna make a really fun experience that's constrained by an old timey looking video game. I feel like Mina's really direct in that way. It's like we're gonna squeeze a Souls-like amazing adventure game into the corners, the very sharp pixely corners of a Zelda game on Game Boy. Not even a Zelda game on Super Nintendo. It's meant to look like a Game Boy Color, like Zelda Link's Awakening DX, which is the colorized version of that, or the Oracle games, which are amazing games, but they're not like this game.
Speaking of those games,
well, I will say this, like I said before earlier, at least we're talking about gameplay, because when they were talking about Mixtape and he was like, hey, what made Mixtape a masterpiece? They were like, oh, it just sang to my heart. And I was like, dude, no. I clicked off the video. So at least we're talking about actual gameplay this time. I know the bar is really low, boys. I know it's really low, but bear with me.
Give people, I ran down some of your previous reviews, but give people some history with these inspirations, because you're obviously a big Castlevania fan, a big Zelda fan, but what speaks to you about them? And have you just played all of them? Are you that kind of super fan there?
Well, I mean, it's kind of by way of being old, right? I got, Castlevania 2 and rented Zelda 2 when I was, in elementary school. And those are the games that I played. Those are the contemporary hits. That's why I read Nintendo Power, was to see more of those series. I love Castlevania 1, 2, 3. I don't really like a 4 very much. And so I have very weird takes already on these games. But what I like about them is the, and of course I love Symphony of the Night and everything after that. I don't think I'm not like this Castlevania super fan that cares about the lore and everything. I care about what it looked like and what it sounded like and why I liked that when I was a kid. And so this takes that. And then the Zelda part, everybody likes Zelda. I don't need to explain why people like Zelda. Zelda, you could just walk in any direction. You could find things early. You could run around and do things. The only thing stopping you is that you didn't know yet that the game hadn't taught you. Not necessarily the equipment that you got. That matters a little bit more in dungeons, but just walking around the overworld. You can walk up into the mountains and just get absolutely destroyed by Lynels. I love that about open world games. And of course, Breath of the Wild did that. 4 directions, go any direction. This drops you into this hostile world where you can go any direction, and it's hard from the start.
Hamar says, walk in any direction, 10 out of 10. It's so funny. Listen, I get what he's saying. I don't totally disagree, obviously, with some of the things he's saying about these franchises. I just think that games, if you're going to give something a 10, I just feel as if you should not be handing these out like nothing, especially if you're an establishment that wants to be taken seriously. a 10 out of 10 with the word masterpiece attached to it, that should mean a lot. And there's only a few games in history that have ever earned that kind of like praise or that kind of like recognition. And normally 10 out of 10 masterpiece video games almost always have some sort of mainstream appeal, to the sense where everybody knows about it. Everybody's playing it, right? Everybody kind of like understands it. Now, granted, that doesn't mean that there can't be games that sneak in, right? There are some games that are just unbelievable that sneak in that most people don't even know about right away. They might be smaller scale, smaller scope, whatever. But in today's modern world with social media and whatnot, that's almost impossible. You know, that's almost impossible. When people hear about a 10 out of 10 video game, look what happened with Mixtape. They hear about a 10 out of 10 video game and people are immediately intrigued. They're like, wait, what? A 10 out of 10 game? Everybody's giving these games 10 out of 10s. Like, what? What are these games about? Why are they 10 out of 10s? There's no way. How? And then they start looking into the game. So naturally, people are going to find out about it. It's a game, 10 out of 10. I know we're at the point now where if it just runs, it's a 10 out of 10. But no, in all seriousness, the game, like, I think the game looks fun. I think the game looks cool. I think it's something that I would actually personally play. But in terms of like giving it a 10 out of 10, no matter how good this game may be, I don't think I would be comfortable doing that personally. Even if I wanted to give it a 9 because it's that good, right? Nothing wrong with giving an amazing video game a 9, but if you're gonna give a game a 10, bro, there has to be something there that's just like world changing. I don't even know how to explain it, but you guys get what I think you guys get what I mean. So that's basically it for this particular video game and the IGN review for this game. It's another 10 in their books. They've given more 10s now this year than the entirety of last year. We're not even halfway through the year. I'm almost positive we're going to see another 10. We already know Grand Theft Auto 6, that's going to be a 10, guaranteed. We already know that, right? They gave the previous Grand Theft Auto a 10 out of 10. They're going to give Grand Theft Auto 6 a 10 out of 10. It's pretty much almost guaranteed at this point. But yeah, overall, that's what's going on with that game. And in terms of how it's doing on Steam, because I know people are going to probably ask about that. If we look it up on SteamDB, I'm going to check right now. Let's see what we got. So Mina, what was it called? Mina the Hollower? Mina the Hollower, currently on Steam, is at... It's not out yet. Is it not out yet? I guess it's not out yet. I don't see any numbers for the game on Steam yet. It is 143 in top wish list activity. But that's basically it. I don't see anything. Yeah, it's not available. It's available in tomorrow, May 28th. May 28th it's available. So the game's not out yet. But again, I don't think the game looked bad. So GTA 6 needs to offend everyone. Yeah, I don't know about that, brother. I don't know. Everyone, if you buy this game, make sure you read the credits who was by this game, just saying. Oh, I'm not even gonna bother. All right. Let's resume the TTS. Let's see what we got. I gotta replay GDR's super chat. It came in when I was starting the segment. I had to pause it. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Hold on. There we go. Is it working? Am I gonna have to replay all of them? I'll just replay. Fuck it. GDR, let's replay yours. Hopefully that goes through. Yes, no, no. Come on, TTS, don't fuck up. Somebody broke it. Somebody broke the TTS. Who did it? Chewbacca? Oh, no, it's Wukong. I see Wukong super chats. I saw a Deadpool super chat, too. It was one of you guys. One of you guys broke it, you bastards. You broke my TTS. Titan Wasped, I did. I know you did. Who broke it? Let me reload it. Hold on. Let's reload it. All right, I just refreshed it. Maybe it'll work now. Let's see. Let's replay activity again. Last chance.
I wish Ash would get Pikachu to have his baby already. Misty is too busy getting pregnant by Tentacruel.
Oh,
Misty can still see if she is on the naughty list.
Gee, I wonder why it silenced the TTS. Gee, I wonder why. Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Wheels, Mr. Discount Aztec. waiting from there cold rice eaters. Also, Souls-like is a very overused term.
It is.
Should probably not trust him.
Souls-like it is very overused. I agree.
Hashtag Kasumi.
My opinion, journalists have cheapened words and scores for so long, it is apparent it's not organic.
They
They use it for dishonest reasons.
Mr. Melancholy, I agree. Thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 5, Benjamin.
Claire.
Chew bud one clip with the scissors, and you'll go from a walking carpet to beautiful runway model. Trust Titan Wasp.
You talking to yourself in
Kasumi
third person,
Beauty.
Titan?
I am likely going to be felted, but I have to support my ninja girl. Also, Valve, you done screwed up. I am disappointed in you, Gaben.
Well, last I checked, it was fairly close, but I gotta look at the numbers again. Kiara Lunar, but thank you for the 5, brother. I appreciate that. Let me check Rumble really quick. Let me go past Tornall Super. All right, we're caught up. You guys, let's dang it. Oh yeah, no. Kiara Luna got felted. That's right. I didn't do the beauty voice. It's got to be 5 USD, brother. It's got to be 5 USD, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it. 5 Australian. Did you miss out on the Steam drama? No. No, you did not, because we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now. I'm going to pause the TTS for this. I'm definitely pausing the TTS for this. And guys, we're going to be playing Lego Batman tonight after this, so do not miss it. All right? Do not miss it. Boys, wait, hold on. T-Jab said we are, let me get the numbers. Hold on. 167 away from tier 2, and we got Claire at 49 and Kasumi at 30. So we got a $19 difference right now for Claire Redfield. Not that far, boys. Not that far. Okay. Let's go over the bad news. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys didn't see the crazy news that is happening right now, but Steam dropped a massive, and I mean massive, bombshell on everybody in the world right now. Guys, so all over social media today, people were quote tweeting and retweeting a story about Valve increasing the price of the Steam Deck. All right. I'm going to preface this conversation by saying we're going to try to be adults about this and not have our emotions get in the way of it. Okay. But unfortunately, it is not looking good. Now, the Steam Deck, the OLED especially, the 1 terabyte OLED, has been risen in price so much that it is now more expensive than a PS5 Pro. Now, I already can hear you guys. I can hear you guys. You guys are like, what the fuck? And same here. Same here. While I understand that there is supposedly market conditions, the same bullshit that everybody else is saying, the truth about Steam is that they unfortunately don't have the same level of, I guess you can say, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have the same level of infrastructure as, let's say, PlayStation or Xbox, right? Because they're a private company. So they are affected a little bit more. Now, I've always looked at the Steam Deck as a price that is slightly above, like, let's say like a Nintendo Switch, right? Because the Steam Deck was about $100 more than a Nintendo Switch at any given time. But now it is vastly more, right? So before we start talking about whether this is good, bad, ugly, or whatever, let's talk about the actual prices. The worst part about all this is that they're quiet about it, right? Or at least they were anyway. Valve has quietly raised the price for the Steam Deck by $200 as PC parts and memory chips continue to climb in price amid the shortages caused by AI hyperscalers. A Steam Deck OLED 1 terabyte device now costs nearly $1,000. On May 27th, as spotted by video game deals guru Warrior64, Valve has raised the price of both variants of the Steam Deck OLED. And not just by a few dollars, there are some massive increases. Here are the new prices for the Steam Deck in the United States. An OLED 1 terabyte is now $950, which was previously $650. The Steam Deck OLED 512 model is now $790, Previously, $550. Now, this is insanity to me, okay? This is insanity to me. The numbers are astronomical, in my opinion. Now, ultimately, I do understand, just like I understood with all the other companies that are doing it, I understand that right now we live in a time where you have AI and you have all this nonsense with RAM shortages and all that shit. But this is getting ridiculous. It really is getting ridiculous. I'm telling you right now, even though I'm a user of Steam and I love Steam, I'm gonna be flat out honest with you because we don't do no shilling here. A Steam Deck, 1 terabyte OLED at almost $1,000 in its current form is not worth it in the fucking slightest. It is not worth it in the slightest. I'm sorry. It is not worth it. It's just not. It's not worth it. The Steam Deck already, as it is, and again, keep in mind, I have the Steam Deck OLED. So I have the 1 terabyte Steam Deck OLED. I live with this thing every day. This thing is struggling. Okay? It is struggling to handle some of the more modern video games that have come out recently. I use it mostly to play older video games, which is it's great for it, don't get me wrong. I'm playing Wolfenstein on it right now. I'm also playing BioShock Remastered on it. It's amazing. It looks great. But a lot of the modern video games that have released, it's struggling to handle those video games if they look anything remotely graphically intensive, right? Even some of the older video games that are graphically intensive run better on the Steam Deck than some of the newer games. But that's an optimization issue from a lot of developers. But regardless, I'm just telling you that the Steam Deck at $1,000 almost is not worth it. Now, they also, keep in mind, they also discontinued the LCD model. And the LCD model was the one that was the affordable model for a lot of people, but that sold out, and then they discontinued it quietly without really saying much about it. So this kind of forces people into getting into one of these more expensive Steam Decks. But even at like almost $800 for the 512 model, maybe that's a little bit more worth it from a price perspective. But even so, like, you're gypping yourself on the space. The truth is that it's just becoming harder and harder to be able to own hardware. And I kind of feel like that's by design. They kind of want it to be harder and harder to own hardware because these companies, not necessarily Valve, but there are a lot of companies out there, they want to force you into the subscription model. They want to force you into cloud gaming. They want to force you into streaming, like streaming video games. So I'm not exactly very shocked by that, but I think this is egregious. Now, I didn't expect Steam to subsidize things. Like, I know that there are people out there that are like, oh, Steam should subsidize this. A company doesn't have to subsidize a fucking thing they don't want to subsidize. If they don't want to lose money on something, they don't have to lose money on something. That's just how it goes. And if Steam doesn't want to lose money on it, then they don't have to. That's why people who are like, oh, the Steam machine is going to be $600. Guys, ever since we first started discussing the Steam machine, I've been telling you that I think it's going to be $1,000. Everybody told me I was wrong. Everybody told me I was insane. I was like, bro, I think it's going to be $999 for the base model, and I think it's going to be like $1,200 for the 1 terabyte or whatever model. People were calling me nuts at the time. And now we got this. Now we got a Steam Deck at 1 terabyte for almost $1,000. I don't know, man. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that it's probably going to be $999 for the 512 model. And if I think there's a 2 terabyte model for the Steam machine, so that's probably going to be like $1,200, $1,300. That's my guess. Anyway, most people disagree with me. Some people agree with me, but that's besides the point. Doesn't matter. Now, guys, again, I understand. I get it, okay? But there is no denying that Steam just took the biggest leap in terms of price increase for their machines compared to everybody else. Now, here's the difference. Steam basically did what everybody else did in multiple iterations. Steam did it in one shot and worse, right? Because PlayStation went up in increments. The Nintendo Switch just went up. Xbox went up in increments also. I think they did it twice. PlayStation did it twice. And they eventually got to that $900 price point for the Pro. Steam was just like, yeah, fuck this. We're just going right for it, you know? Now, you also got to keep in mind, some people are saying, well, Steam was keeping the price down for a long time. That's true, but you also got to keep in mind that the Steam Deck has been sold out for months. When's the last time you were able to order a Steam Deck? I can't even remember when's the last time I saw it available for order. It's been sold out for months. Almost as if they knew this was coming because of all the shortages and all that stuff, right? So, if you're going to be roasting, the Switch for raising $50, if you're going to be roasting the PlayStation for raising $200, Xbox raising $200, I think it's fair to roast Steam for raising $300. Now, again, I want to reiterate, I understand that this company is a private company. They don't have the same connections. They don't have the same price points. They don't have the same infrastructure. They don't have the same all that. I get that. But $300 is crazy. I just cannot shake that. I'm sorry. For a handheld that, even though I love the Steam Deck, I use it every single day, I can't imagine paying $1,000 or almost $1,000 for that when there are other handhelds for around similar price that actually perform better. I just can't. I can't imagine that. You know, I kind of feel like with Steam, some people also understand that, or I'm sorry, I should say some people don't understand that with Steam, they don't care about competing. Okay? They don't care about competing. Now, if there are other companies that are currently selling their handhelds for, let's say, like $1,000 or $1,100 that are better than the Steam Deck, if those companies raise their prices by $200, $300 or whatever, $400, then you're going to start seeing people think that Steam Deck is the better buy. I think ultimately that's what's going to happen. I think all of these handhelds are going to raise in price. But what I will tell you, for the people that are like console warring with this news, I need you to understand that Steam doesn't give a fuck about competing with you. They're not trying to compete with you. I see a lot of PlayStation fanboys trying to use this as a win. Like, hey, look, the company that does better at us in every aspect, they just raised their console prices or their machine prices, and now you guys are just like us. Ha ha ha. That's not true. Okay, because Steam does not care about competing with consoles. They've always had it in their mind, and this is like an argument that we've had on SNH multiple times, where if you understood what Steam is about, all they care about is making the ease of access to their store as easy as possible. They try to enrich their own ecosystem as easy as possible, and if they happen to steal a couple customers, that's great. But they're not making these machines to try to compete with PlayStation. That's impossible, because they're not even on the same mainstream level. They don't even advertise on television. There's never been one Steam advertisement on television in the last, like, I don't even know how long. When's the last time you saw a Steam advertisement on TV? They only advertise to their own. They only advertise within the Steam ecosystem itself. That's all they care about. So this is, though, going to affect the Steam ecosystem. And to have a handheld this expensive, I think this pretty much guarantees that if you thought the Steam machine was going to be less than $1,000 by anything more than $1 at $9.99, I think that you were probably coping or smoking crack or something. Which I've always known. Now I fear that this thing is going to be ridiculous. I fear that the Steam machine is going to be like at $1,200 starting, and then like $1,500 for a 1 terabyte. You know what I mean? That's when I'm like, bro, what are we doing? You know? So I don't know, man. People are pissed about this. People are trying to like go crazy over this, and I fully get it. I fully get it. I can't defend this high of a price point. I feel like there definitely could have been at least $100 less. And again, I don't work for Valve, so this is just my opinion, okay? I don't work for Valve. All I'm saying is that I just feel like this could have been at least $100 less. And maybe for the OLED 512, maybe like $699 or something. I feel like that could have been like the middle ground. I think that this amount of a jump, like 240 or whatever it is, and 300, I think these are massive jumps. And I think it would have helped Steam to do it incrementally like everybody else did. To do this much this fast is like ripping off the Band-Aid. But ultimately, I will say this. The Steam Deck is highly sought after, clearly, because it's always sold out. And the amount of things that you could do with it it definitely outperforms some of the more locked down consoles. But still, man, $1,000 for a Steam Deck, 1 terabyte OLED. I don't know how I feel about that. I think that's insane. We're better off buying secondhand PC parts. You know, it's so funny. The refurbished Steam Decks are also selling out. They're also selling out. I think the LCD refurbished is already sold out. I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's sold out today. It's crazy how much people are just buying this stuff up. You know, the Steam machine is cooked. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's cooked because here's the thing. Just like I said before, Steam is not looking to compete with anybody. All Steam cares about is selling and making money on whoever is going to buy the actual Steam machine from their own ecosystem. So if they sell 1 million units, they don't care. They're not aiming to sell 20 million units, 30 million units. The Steam Deck has only sold, I believe, like, last I heard, 4 million units. And it's been out for a while, you know? The Steam Deck 512 just sold out as we were covering this topic. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't think the Steam machine is going to struggle to sell, at least not in the beginning anyway, after the initial hype is over, you know? Zelda says, hang on. There it goes. It just got updated again. 1 terabyte is out of stock for me. Yeah, they're all out of stock. They're all out of stock. So again, I don't think this is gonna actually do anything. I just think that this is just doing too much too fast. But ultimately, here's the truth, right? What I think about it doesn't matter. All that matters is whether or not Steam is unaffected by this in any way, and I think they are going to be mostly unaffected because it seems like a lot of the people that are offended are the ones that just didn't have it yet, or console people that weren't actually going to get it in the first place, and they're just trying to like console war with it for some reason or whatever. But I think it's insane. I can't defend the price at that much for that. At first, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. At first, when I saw this announcement, I thought that they were announcing the prices for Steam Deck 2. I swear to God, I took a quick look at it. And I saw almost $1,000 for a Steam Deck OLED 1 terabyte. And I was like, oh shit, are they announcing the Steam Deck 2? And then I looked and it said the Steam Deck is raising in price. And I was like, oh no. That's crazy. Bro, that's how much of a shock that price was. We were all talking about it. Me, Kata, Sevi, Atreus, Leon, Wizard. We all sent it to each other like, holy shit. What the fuck's going on with this price, right? So anyway, unfortunately, this is the reality. And it's sad because I know a lot of people, they want Steam Decks. And, you know, getting one has always been very difficult. But now it's going to be even more ridiculous. Now it's like, even if you get the opportunity to get your hands on one, now you got to pay $300 more. It's crazy, bro. Is the Steam Deck worth it as a handheld? Yes. Is the Steam Deck worth it at the price? No. Even at the $790 or whatever? $790? No. Like, I feel like $699 in today's world, maybe. But bro, $790, almost $800 fucking dollars. Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say that. As much as I love the Steam Deck, I do. I want to be very clear. It's a great machine. But it's starting to show its age, and I hate that we live in a world where the fucking hardware is going up in price. Now, especially for consoles. Now, again, I understand RAM shortages, all this stuff. I get it, okay? I get it. I'm just telling you. The conversation that I'm having, I can't stand that we live in that world. And to be honest with you, that world was happening even before the super rise of AI. That world was happening even before that. They tried to blame constraints initially. They tried to blame shortages. Then after these shortages couldn't be blamed anymore, then they started to blame AI. They started to blame all the RAM stuff. They'll find something to blame to keep the prices going up and up and up and up and up. You know? So, again, at this point, $900 for it, I can't recommend it. And that's actually so sad because you guys know the Steam Deck was one of the things that I recommended often. I recommended it often. I kept saying, like, listen, great fucking handheld. It works fantastic. The OLED especially is great. If you could spare the 1 terabyte, get the 512, save money. Everybody who would always ask me about the Steam Deck and they were like, hey, you know, should I get it? I would always say, yeah, if you could get your hands on it. Not anymore. Not anymore, bro. It's crazy. At this point, I would probably wait until the next one. You know? Hypno has been betrayed? No, not at all. Not at all. I have my Steam Deck. I feel bad for the people that don't have one. But I just think it's crazy, man. I don't feel betrayed because we all knew this was coming. We all knew that a price increase was coming. It was only a matter of time. But I didn't think it was going to be this much. I think that's insane. I really do. $300, I think is fucking nuts. Because there are people that are out there that are like, I don't even want to pay $1,000 for a Steam machine. And now you got to pay almost $1,000 for a Steam Deck. That's not even a Steam machine. The Steam machine is supposed to be 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck. It's crazy. So how much is that thing going to be? I'm the one that said $1,000 initially. What is it going to be? Is it going to be $1,200, $1,300? I don't know, man. Anyway, so that's basically it for the Valve information. Valve did make a statement though. Before we end this segment, Valve did make a statement that I want to go over. Steam Deck itself hasn't changed. That's not a good thing. Valve, oh my God. Said Valve in a statement posted online, these new prices reflect the current state of component costs and other global logistical challenges across the industry as a whole. We'll keep you updated if anything changes. This is not a good thing to say, brother. Okay? Again, this is why I keep saying Valve is never free from criticism, because sometimes the things that they, like how they handle certain things is so stupid. Just like with the Steam controller, how they didn't have a queue system. Even though they had a queue system for the Steam Deck when that was released, they didn't have a queue system for the controllers, and then the scalpers bought them up, and that was stupid. This is also stupid. You don't want to tell people who are about to pay $300 for the same hardware that it's the same hardware. That's essentially what you're saying. Steam Deck itself hasn't changed. Yeah, we know that. That's the problem. You know? In some good news, the Steam Deck is back in stock at the moment, but for now, how long? Who knows? In some other good news, Valve is selling older refurbished Steam Deck LCD models for under $400. If you want a Steam Deck, this might be your best bet. I'd hurry as they're likely to sell out as people rush to get a Steam Deck due to the new increased prices. Yeah, I mean, as we were talking about in chat, I think they're all sold out by now, right? Like everything pretty much is sold out at this point. It's crazy, man. Anyway, and yeah, as the article says, these new prices are rough, make gaming even more inaccessible for a lot of people. It also makes me terrified of what the Steam machine, Valve's upcoming console-like PC spin-off device, will cost when it releases later this year. Bro, there's a reason why Valve was quiet about it. There's a reason why Valve would never answer the question about the Steam Deck, or I'm sorry, the Steam machine. They wouldn't answer the question, and it's because they already knew they were going to piss people off with the Steam Deck increase. They might be using that as a means to try to get people's buttholes ready for when the Steam machine releases. You know? DMAG says that now the 1 terabyte is showing in stock. Okay, well, Godspeed to anybody who's going to go buy one of these things at this price. I won't judge you for it, but I'm just like, bro, what are we doing, man? I think, I don't know. I think it's insane. Me personally. I think it's, I can't back it. I cannot back it. All right, let me continue the TTS. We had some bangers come in. Let's see what we got, boys.
Hashtag Freeran.
What the hell is wrong with Steam raising the price high? I could only lactate so much to support my gaming hobby. I will have to start selling semen as well.
$649 was pricey when I got one. Now we're for $1,000.
$650 was insane, bro.
At MS Bella Games celebrates 8 months of membership.
Bella Games.
My guess, Steam is not only dealing with these market conditions and being smaller, but also companies that will not work with them out of malice.
That's possible, Miss Bella. That's possible. They definitely mentioned logistics.
You will own nothing and like IT, bis ist der GRM ein RCHI and VVD DNT hätten wir wollen wir erhede when Steam wins.
What the fuck did you say? Was that English?
Growing up is realizing the retro gamers and frugal gamers were right. Anyway, I can't wait for the PS4 to be considered retro.
Oh, it's almost there. Benjamin, thank you for the 5. Titan Watts, thank you for the 5. Miss Bella, thank you for 8 months.
Glad I
Amar,
got
thank
my
you for the
Steam Deck
189.
before all the price hikes. To be honest, we all knew it was coming due to RAM
Yeah.
and chip costs due to the race.
We did.
At least they didn't try to blame tariffs.
True.
Now sniff, sniff, time to go play more Windrows.
Trey Burkhalter with a $50. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Okay, people, we managed to track the sniffer to this location.
What? Uh-oh.
He won't escape this time.
Oh, no.
Not after what he did to that damn dog.
Oh, no! Speedy Cake, no!
The Steam machine will struggle with a high price point. Most people play on Steam with their computer.
True.
This will just stop people on the fence about getting Steam hardware.
I think it definitely eliminated a lot of the
How's
casual
the
buyers.
iPad holding up these days?
I don't know. I don't even use an iPad. Benjamin, thank you for the 2. GDR, thank you for the 10. Yeah, GDR, I think the Steam machine being potentially, or pretty much at this point, guaranteed to be $1,000 or more, I think it definitely eliminated a lot of the more casual buyers that were potentially thinking about getting one. I think it eliminated them from buying it. I think a lot of the hardcore Steam buyers are going to buy it for sure still. But the casual buyers are going to be like, well, you know, if it's affordable, I'll get it. I think that kind of took them out, you know? Speedy Cake, that was hilarious. Thank you for the 20, bro. Trey Burkhalter, $50 fucking dollars, brother. Thank you. I agree, Trey. We all knew it was coming, right? I think you know, people that are shocked by this, as in like shocked by it happening, I think that's disingenuous. Like we all knew this was coming, but I was shocked at the price increase. I think the number was just so high, in my opinion. But thank you for the 50, brother. Benjamin for the 5, thank you, sir. Titan Wasp for the 5, thank you. And then Hamar with the 189, thank you, sir. And then GDR with the first 10. I appreciate that, man. We got Rumble. Let's see. Rumble, we got Abhorrent Soul gifting a membership. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate that, man. Actually, 2 memberships. 2 memberships. Thank you, Abhorrent Soul. I appreciate that. And then DJ Conic with a 5 for Kasumi. Thank you. I appreciate that. Kurakami on Rumble says Cassie did say she wouldn't touch it above 1K. Oh, she's not. She's not touching that thing at all. Because keep in mind, Cassie bought a gaming laptop that does everything she wanted to do, plays every game that she wanted to play, and it's pretty much just as portable as the Steam machine. She wanted to take it to work to play and stuff, so the laptop does everything that she wanted to do, so I don't see her buying a Steam machine anymore. I just don't, you know? Old Man Kaz says, Hypnotic, is it possible to buy the box without RAM? So there are rumors that Steam is going to sell upgradable or Steam machines that don't have certain components in it. There are rumors of that. I don't know if that's been confirmed yet, but we'll know. We'll definitely know once they put it on, you know, make the page available. We'll see what models are available, but there's rumors they're going to be selling bare bone versions of it, basically. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. So, all right, boys, listen, fantastic stream. I'm going to make my gaming stream live now. We're going to be playing Lego Batman in a little bit. Let me make it live right now for those of you that are gay and do not like the waifu battle. As we decide who the next winner is going to be in our battle with Claire Redfield versus Kasumi. T-Jab, if you could let me know who is currently ahead while I'm making my gaming stream live, I would greatly appreciate it. I think Claire is ahead. Wait, who did Trey? Trey didn't vote for anybody. Okay, that's fine. I believe that Claire is ahead, but I could be wrong on that. All right, my gaming stream is live. Let me link it for you guys. That where's it at? Right here. I forgot to react to Laura Fry's video.
Saturday night conversation.
Oh man, Adair Soto is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild, boys. SNH this week is gonna be wild. I can't wait. I just linked the gaming stream. Terrible Kasumi pick. Oh well. I told you guys I'm trying to be accurate to the video games they were in. I'm not trying to use AI fucking slutted up pictures, especially since we have certain characters that disingenuous people are gonna lose their mind over in this battle. T-Jab says we are currently at $47 away from tier 2. Claire is at 54 and Kasumi is at 39. This is actually extremely close. Boys, you think the Steam machine is going to be $3,500? Hell no, bro. Not even close. No, that's too crazy. It's going to be like $1,000 to $1,200 for sure. Boys, let's go. Let's figure out a winner, man. Come on. Let me know in the super chats. We're coming down to the wire here. Darkwin is already in the gaming stream. I see him. I see you, Darkwin. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. It's very close. Don't let Claire win with $15, bro. If you let Claire win with $15, that's going to be crazy, man. Anything's possible. Team Claire, that's fair. That's fair. $15 though, bro. I know you all gotta buy Steam decks now. I know. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Unless you really want to, then do whatever you want.
Claire.
Claire's perfect body to jump on.
Hey, yo.
Mr. X, that is what our 34 says.
Great timing, Grandpa. Great timing, Grandpa. $10 for Claire. Rumble, we got Deidre Connick with a 5 for Kasumi, a second vote. That's another Kasumi vote. Thank you, Deidre Connick. You leave my super chats alone? I will never do that. They're both Bay. That's fair. That's fair. You got 20 seconds left on the song, boys. 20 seconds.
Just because bigot.
That's another 5 for Kasumi by Robin 10. This battle keeps getting closer and closer. We're still like $15 apart. Damn. Damn. All right, boys. Are we ready for the final countdown? You didn't put a hashtag. It doesn't count, Robin 10. God damn it. I just realized that. You got to put a hashtag. Boys, are we ready for the final countdown? We're like $20 apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hashtag Kasumi second vote.
Deidre Connick with a 5 for Kasumi.
I think the steam machine will be decayed.
Hashtag Claire
Waiting for
calls that
lag,
booty.
waiting for lag, waiting for lag,
Kasumi.
waiting for lag, waiting for
Hashtag
lag,
Kasumi again.
waiting for lag, waiting. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit.
The last super chat that is going to count is Deadeye's Lock with a 5 for Claire Redfield over on Rumble. We got Robin 10 with a 5 for Kasumi. Toxin with a $20 banger for Kasumi. Old Man Cad with a 10 for Claire. And GDR with a 5 for Fearin. I don't know why. This is way too close. I don't know who won this. I actually really don't know who won this. T-Jap, you got to let us know who won this, man. I don't have any clips to play or any music or anything, so we're just going to have to let it play out. Why does Kasumi have glasses? I don't know. I found the picture, all right? Don't judge me. Guys, this is way too fucking close, man. This is going to determine who's going to be the first one in the next round that's going to go up against either Ada Wong or Tally Zora tomorrow. That is going to be tomorrow's battle. Ada Wong versus Tally Zora. Show the Asian clip. We haven't had a Red Boy all stream. How am I going to show the Asian clip? I can't even show the waifu clip. I didn't even get to play my Red Boy Hyperbanger song clip. Old Man Cad's out here making demands. Oh shit, we really hit tier 2? Holy fuck. Did we actually? Oh shit. Here we go. Holy shit, boys. I cannot believe we hit tier 2. Toxin says it was me. I saved tier 2. Bro, Toxin trying to take all the credit tonight. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, bro. Toxin. Come on, bro. Toxin, yo, this guy, I swear to God, with Toxin. Thank you guys so much for helping us hit tier 2. I can't believe we hit it. I thought we were far away. Or decently far away. I guess those last couple of supers really made it happen. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Titan Waz says, hive me a red boy for going sergeant about to go 2 years. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. But I do appreciate you being a sergeant, brother. That's fucking awesome, man. 2 years, that's amazing. I appreciate that, dude. You're a fucking legend. You're a legend. But the red boy clips are for red boys. We got to keep that distinction, you know? You hope Ada beats Tally. You know, I feel like, so part of me wants to say this is going to be a close one. But then part of me also thinks it's not going to. Right? Because I've seen the way Tally Zora can sometimes get some simpery going. I haven't really seen that much simpery for Ada Wong. I feel like people talk more shit than they actually back up with Ada Wong. I've seen a lot of people request Ada, and then when she gets into the waifu battle, she barely performs most of the time. So, I don't know. All right, here are the final numbers, boys. You ready for this? We got Claire Redfield at $79.96 against Kasumi at $74.45.
Holy shit.
$5 fucking dollars, boys. $5. Which means the winner and moving on into the next round is going to be none other than Claire Redfield, ladies and gentlemen. Resident Evil is in the next round. That's insane. Wow. Wow. Oh, Jill Valentine is also in the next round. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. It's going to be interesting. You got Jill Valentine, who's in the next round, and now Claire Redfield is in the next round. Resident Evil is doing fairly well in the tournament. It's doing fairly well. It's not bad. There's got to be coping and seething right now. That was way too close of a battle.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
And that's going to be it, boys, for the waifu battle. Claire is going to go backstage. She will go into the next round, but she will face off against one of the two tomorrow. Claire will go up against Ada Wong or Tally Zora. We'll figure it out tomorrow. And then Sunday begins what may potentially be an epic battle between Riku and Eve. I don't know. I feel like the trolls might want to back Riku. But you never know because Eve is heavily loved. So I don't really know how that's going to go, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, guys. Listen, thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope every single one of you had a fantastic time on the stream. I hope you had a lot of fun as always. Join me over on Lego Batman in a little bit, a little under an hour. We'll be playing some Lego Batman, and it's going to be a good time, man. I'm excited to get back into it. Like I said, I'm trying to alternate between 007 and Lego Batman. So since we played 007 earlier today, I was like, you know what? I'll stay up a little bit tonight, and we'll play some Lego Batman. So we'll make it happen. Guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Hypno Mods for doing what they do every single day. I appreciate you as well. And I will see, BioT Wolf says a lot of Capcom girls. There is a lot of Capcom girls. There is. There is definitely a lot of Capcom girls.
Eliminada.
Oh, no.
I might be late.
Dr. Spike. Yo, Dr. Spike's alive, boys. Dr. Spike's alive with the 10 banger. He's discovered the Sonya voice. That should make him happy. That should make him happy. Hey, shout out to Dr. Spike. It's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're okay. I hope everything's good with the house and stuff. Thank you, brother. It's okay if you're late. Don't worry about it, man. Guys, thank you so much, and I will see every single one of you on the next one tomorrow or tonight if you want to come over to the gaming stream. Until then, you guys already know, man. Go be bigots, and of course, go be gooners. Bye.
Gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you get.
Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
The dog. Well, her cat was named Vagina.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck it, yeah, don't put a ticket in, make her gay. Fuck it, yeah, put a ticket in, make her gay. It means put a chicken in it, weenie, and make her fucking gay.
At the touch of the black man, I bring life. 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 That's right!
Why the hell are you still here? Go on. Get out of here. Go play some video games.